Well, everybody, I will be right with you in just a few seconds. Make sure that you pull up a chair, you get your headphones on. If maybe you're at home or you're watching or listening to this later, make sure you come over to YouTube where all the goodies are. Just type in my name, David Trigg, coaching. You can also go to my website, davidtrigg.com/free coaching. So good midday to you on this lovely Thursday. How are you, my dear friend? Talking today about how to find peace within. So I have this training that I've been putting together that I'm excited about. But before we get to that, make sure you go to davidtrigg.com/free coaching to get your free 20-minute session through Skype, through Facebook Messenger. We can even just text in terms of your blockage. What is it that's keeping that blood from flowing through your heart? Talking, of course, metaphorically in terms of your emotional state. What is keeping you from experiencing the happiness that you deserve, that you want? Sometimes happiness is just a phone call away. So let's get right into this training. I want to go over. I have a few steps here. I think I have 5 steps. How to find peace within. How to find that peace. So first thing I want to tell you is that peace is the foundation to wealth, love, and purpose. The reason why you want to have peace is because that is what gives you the power to find the love of your dreams, to stay with the person that you're with now, and to have a more successful relationship. Financially, it's the foundation to you being able to go out there and make the money that you want, and to succeed in finances so that you can help your family, so that you can give to your church. And then peace with God and peace within is the foundation to you fulfilling your God-given purpose. Peace is what gives you that stability that we often lack. Now, the problem is that stress, anxiety, fear, depression, suicide, low levels even of any of those things are at an all-time high. It seems like everywhere I go, someone is anxious, having panic attacks. They're on the verge of suicide. It's an epidemic. It's something that is concerning to me as a spiritual leader, as a guide, as a coach. But I am also equally thankful, equally, I guess, excited. I don't know if that's the right word, but equally hopeful, perhaps that's the right word, about the power of God and the power of coaching and basically a process to help us find that peace that we long for. Now, the problem, I feel, is sometimes magnified because we've tried religion. You've tried going to church. You've tried having a relationship with God. You've tried asking parents and mentors, and you've watched a million YouTube videos, and you've gone to mentalhealth.com and to all these places to try to get the help that you need. You've tried the natural diets, and you've tried to eat better and exercise. I know exactly what that's like. I've also done all those things, and yet it wasn't until I discovered these very basic, simple principles. These are not things that you've never heard before. In fact, they're things you've heard a million times. But sometimes it's not until we see them in front of us that they finally make sense to us. Or maybe sometimes, honestly, it's not until we're ready that we then listen and things make sense. You need something that works. You need something that can actually help you. So number 1, I have a few steps, how to find peace within. You first have to be clear on what you want. It's that simple. You have to know what you want. People get often people get confused with finding peace because they say, well, what I want isn't what God wants. Or how do I know what God's will is? Or how do I know if finding a new job is the right thing? Should I move? Should I maybe stay in this job longer? How do I know what God wants or even what I want? One simple way that I measure what I want is, what don't I want? Do I want this job? Do I want this relationship? Do I want this body? And if your answer is no to all those things, then now you have a choice to make. Now you have to decide, I need to leave, or I need to repair this relationship or this job, or I need to do something about my health. You have to be clear on what you want, sometimes by starting with what you don't want. Do you like your body as it is now? Sometimes that's the best way to lose weight, is you begin to look at yourself in the mirror, honestly. Not to judge yourself, not to feel horrible. And if you're more in the what do they call that, self-image type of freedom, and you feel like you're healthy and you're good, then that's fine. But if you feel like you need to lose 10 pounds or 20 pounds or 5 pounds because of your health, maybe even some vanity, you want to look better than you look. You want to look like the way you used to look 10 years ago. I don't know about 20 years ago, but we all have to be motivated by something. Now, I think envy, jealousy, or the media, all those things damage a lot of people, young and old. So you have to be aware, but know what you want. It's that simple. Make that clear. Write down on a piece of paper, here's what I want in 3 areas: personal, faith, professional. And personal includes physical, or you may want to include 4. Personal, that could be love, relationships. Professional, obviously career, goals, school, education. Personal, or I guess we said that already. So personal, professional, physical, your fitness goals, and then in terms of your financial goals. You want to be clear on how much money you want to make, on what kind of career you want to have. Don't go to the obstacles. Don't go to all the buts and ifs and problems. A lot of people, that's where they get stuck. They're so caught up in the negativity, or in the what if I fail, or what if this bad thing happens. They're Enneagram 6, maybe 9. And all these things we need to resolve. It's that simple. Now, number 2 is know your obstacles. It's not good to ignore your obstacles. It's just not good to stay stuck with your obstacles, but you have to know them. You have to be honest with what's keeping you from graduating from college, what's keeping you from moving out of your parents' house, what's keeping you from losing those 10 pounds. If it's in my case, I'm also trying to lose weight like everyone else. What is my number 1 obstacle? Is eating between 9 p.m. and 1 a.m. That's when I pig out and the weight goes through the roof. Crescendo eating, as they call it. All the science behind it. We all know we shouldn't do it, but that's my obstacle. I have to be honest. I can't go out and spend hundreds of dollars in a gym or a personal trainer or CrossFit or even diets, and yet I'm not resolving the obstacle. Now, speaking of that, you then have to, number 3, overcome the obstacle. That's when you have to then say, oh, okay, how do I then address the obstacle directly? Not going around it, but directly. So maybe your problem is you're not getting along with your loved ones, with your family, your kids, or your husband, or maybe you're single and you're having problems finding the right person. Well, maybe the obstacle is you. You might be too demanding. You might have too high of expectation. You might have this ideal man in mind that doesn't exist. You have to then maybe lower, not your standards, but maybe lower your rating system. You're looking for a 10. Maybe you need to be looking for a 9 plus. You have to overcome whatever the obstacle is. Maybe you're not the obstacle. Maybe the obstacle is you live in an area where there aren't any guys your age. You work in a place where there are just a bunch of kids or seniors or people older than you. You go to a church, or you don't have a social life. You have to address the obstacle directly. You might want to start a business. You might want to be a coach online, or you may want to do something musically, production, or maybe as a speaker or as a musician. Maybe the obstacle, though, is that you don't have a guitar, you don't have a nice computer, you don't have a place to do your music. Well, you have to then find a place in someone's house, rent maybe an apartment. If you can, obviously rent an office somewhere and move into that place so you can remove the obstacle directly. And then you will see wonderful things happen. And that's what number 4 is all about, is not walking alone, finding a partner or 2. The Lone Ranger mentality is very popular these days. Solopreneurs and lead this and director of that. And it seems like we are, in this individualistic society, we grandiose, we lift up the self-made hero. I have not found that to be true in my life. I have found that anything that I have succeeded at, even just a little bit, I have done it with other people. First with my wife, second with amazing leaders and staff and friends, third with a therapist or a coach or a mentor. I have never succeeded in my marriage, fitness, or professionally without help. I've needed, at some point, I've needed someone to speak into my life, to guide me through that failure or that doubt, and to walk me through the steps to get back on my feet. And that's what a partner does. And that's also, speaking of partner, that's where God is so important. This is where the spiritual foundation is so crucial. God is my partner. He's my friend. He walks with me, talks with me. He's the one that I say, Lord, how am I going to lose weight? Right now, I'm doing this intermittent fast. And so every time that I get hungry, like I'm starving right now because I finished my fast here at noon, about 10 minutes, I say, Lord, the Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? He's my partner in this eating plan. He's my partner in my ministry. He's my partner in my marriage. Whenever I'm an idiot and I make my beautiful wife upset because I overspent or I didn't listen to her, I say, Lord, I need you to partner with me to change my heart. You need a partner. Now, you can also, obviously, you definitely need a physical, an actual human being, a partner here on earth. It could be your mom, your parents, your friends. It could be a mentor, a coach, your wife, your husband, if you're single, your friends, maybe a boss or a spiritual mentor. But you have to be clear now. How do you know if someone is truly your partner? If they know that they're your partner. It doesn't count to consider someone a partner who doesn't know they're your partner. You have to speak and say, hey, Joe, I am trying to start this business. I can see that you know what you're doing or that you're a little further ahead than I am. Can I just learn from you? Can you spend an hour with me every week, just on the phone, maybe through Facebook Messenger, Skype, or Zoom, or whatever it may be, or text? Can you be my mentor? Can you partner with me? And then the last thing is persist until you win. How long? For the rest of your life. Persist until you win. I remember when I was looking into planning churches, all of the books that I would read and mentors would tell me that I had to wait 2 to 3 years to succeed. That was the biggest lie. You know how long you have to wait to succeed at church? For the rest of your life. Same thing when I got married. Rochelle and I, we went through premarital counseling to learn kind of what to expect and blah, 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 2 different cultures, all these things. You know what the therapist told us? Well, she was actually asleep half the time, so that wasn't good. She told us, you're going to have to learn how to work together for the rest of your life. 23, almost 24 years this summer. Rochelle and I, happily married, beautiful relationship, faithful to each other, and working together. Because we persist, and we have persisted until you win. Same thing happens in business. You want to succeed at your business. You're starting maybe an online course, you're wanting to speak more online, or maybe in real person, you want to do conferences. How long should you wait? For the rest of your life. How long should you try and do and twist and turn and try different things? For the rest of your life. Now, people ask me, well, how do I know if I'm supposed to do that? Should I, maybe I'm doing the wrong thing. Maybe that's why I'm not succeeding. Well, that's why you go back to number 1. What do you want? I want to pastor churches and bring them to health, take them from 0 to 100. I want to bring dying churches and things that are difficult, meaning places that are going through hard times, and bring them to a place of success. I'm talking about numbers, budgets, life, spiritual vitality. From 0 to 1,000, let's actually call it. How long will that take? The rest of my life. How often should I do this? Or should I, when do I know that I should give up? Never give up. Persist until you win. You might be wanting to be an online personality or be on Twitch or YouTube, or maybe you want to help your friends and your family. You want to give to them. You want to make more money somehow online through online courses, or maybe working part-time for somebody else. And you can't seem to get traction. And you wonder, how long, Lord? How long am I going to do this for? Am I going to knock on doors and get rejected? For the rest of your life. Persist until you win. Now, notice what I wrote there. I didn't say persist and keep losing for the rest of your life. Persist until you win. You want to have your win be clearly defined. Your win doesn't have to be money or numbers or size or success. It might be that you feel peace, back to peace. It might be that your win is to love people and love God. It might be that your win is to be the most humble person and have peace in your heart and just have a very chill life and move to the mountains and go rock climbing every Saturday, every weekend. Your win is unique to you and God, whatever you guys come up with. But persist until you get there. And if it's not working, if you're not there yet after a year, 5 years, or 10 years, keep at it until you win. Now, is there ever a time to give up on a marriage, to give up on a job? Of course. I don't know about marriage, but I'm talking about work or career or maybe an educational path. But I don't see that as quitting on your dreams. I just see that as you actually finding your dream. There have been many jobs that I have been in that I knew from the start, this isn't me. And guess what? Eventually, a year, 2, 3, 4 years in, either I got fired or I quit or all of the above, or I just simply lost that loving feeling for it. And that's how sometimes God redirects us. But the persistence never changed for me. Even though those good or bad moments happen, there are other times where I got racism. People wanted to give me money or wanted me to do more things for them. And I said, no, this is not my purpose. So even in good times, you have to know when to leave something. The Bible is very clear. Leave and cleave. What does that mean? Leave, say goodbye, and say hello to the new. That's how life works. Even our DNA, our cells in our bodies, our hair, our everything around us, right? And our physically, it gets older and then it renews itself. Sometimes not fast enough, right? Persist until you win. How long? For the rest of your life. Now, I want to give you some of the examples in my own life. How have I found peace within? Well, number one is my relationship with God. Without a doubt, second only to my amazing wife and the love of my family and my friends. The foundation to my peace is not external. It's from within, from a relationship with God. And I want to invite you to pursue a spiritual, genuine relationship with God that's not just tradition, that's not just beads on your hand, that's not a cross on your neck, that's an actual tangible relationship with the living God. Number two is coaches. I've had 10 therapists. I've had 5 or 6 spiritual directors. Of course, the love of my wife, the support of my mom, my grandmother, who have been amazing mentors. Hundreds of men that I respect, including my own father who passed away, my current father-in-law, who I love so much, friends, many people that I have said, can you teach me? Or I've said to them, by the way, Frank, I want you to know that I respect your opinion and I give you permission to speak into my life. That's what it looks like to set up a mentorship relationship. And then lastly, patience. Probably the hardest thing, the hardest lesson for me, maybe for you, is to wait. But you know what? Waiting isn't endless, nor is waiting purpose, nor is waiting a waste of time. Ecclesiastes 3 says, in his time, he makes all things beautiful. Now, what happens between where you're at now, and when God makes things beautiful? That's called patience. The space between where you're at and when God makes things beautiful, it's called patience. Someone says, well, I have to do so much. It's all up to me. I'm not going to just sit around and wait for God to do everything for me. Of course, this is what you're doing, right? You're going up, you're going down, you're doing all this, you get off track, you go backwards. This is what it looks like for us as humans, right? We are made to walk on this earth. You're not a couch potato. If you are, you need to stop doing that. Be like the ants, it's Proverbs. Read Proverbs 6 and 7. It says, be like the ant, always industrious, always preparing for winter. So you have to get off the couch and walk. Yes, from the beginning in the Garden of Eden, what did God say to Adam and Eve? Get out of here, go be fruitful, multiply, have kids, work the land, and be fruitful. And reestablish your kingdom. What's been lost because of your disobedience, go regain it. I will never leave you. Now, you're like, okay, I'm working hard, but Trig, nothing's happening. That's where patience comes in. It's not one or the other. It's half you persevering and it's half you waiting upon the Lord. Another way to put it, it's 100-100. It's 100% you walking and doing all the right things or making mistakes and all that. And then the other 100% is waiting on God. Or maybe even a better way, I heard this therapist once tell me. Actually, it was a spiritual mentor. He said it's 150. It's a 150 rule. I said, 150? I've heard of 80-20 or 50-50, but what do you mean 150? He said 75% It's who you are. 75% is who that other person is. 75 times 2, 150. So whatever works for you, it's not either or. In what area are you weak? Are you weak in trusting in God? That's usually where my weakness lies. I'm amazing at doing. You might be the opposite. You're trusting God, you're waiting on God, but you are a lazy person. You procrastinate, you're not doing enough. It's 75. Where are you at on that list? I think that when we begin to think about these things, then we can begin to actually see some changes in our lives. I mean, look at my beautiful family that I have here. That picture, I love it. My father-in-law, my beautiful wife, all of her siblings, that's at my church that I pastor. I'm the lead pastor. Look at my gorgeous wife and look at those 3 teens that are right in front of us. One's a model and successful entrepreneur. One is the most compassionate girl I know. And one is a successful drummer and handsome young man, my beautiful son. Amazing. How did I get there? How is it that our family, oh, that's my mom, by the way. You see that woman in the front with the yellow and black dress or blouse? It's my gorgeous, beautiful mom. How did I get there? My relationship with God, patience, waiting upon him, moving patiently, persistently in the same direction, saying, Lord, I need you. I know what I want. Will you help me get there? And when I fall, when I falter, when I sin, when I'm an idiot, when I don't say the right things, when I look at the wrong person, when I am trusting in myself, Lord, help me to put my eyes back on you and help me to get back up, graduate from college, do all the right things, go to that interview, call that person again, all the things that you may struggle with. Ask God, Lord, help me to do the right thing. Stay away from evil, to fear you, to love you with all my heart, mind, and soul, and my neighbor as myself. And the only way that I know how to do that is by putting God first and then mentors. And that's why I offer my free coaching program, 20 minutes that session. And then if you would like that, then it's only $99 a month for 4 online conversations with me to talk about whatever you want for 40 minutes, 4 times a month. Plus, you get access to all of my videos, the Trig Media Vault, all the things that I talk about, whether it's mental health or music or production or coaching or finances or health, whatever it is. I have a vault full of videos that will be accessible to you. You simply go to davidtrigger.com/free coaching. Sign up today. If you do this before March 17th, which is St. Patrick's Day, that's why I had a little fun with green there on the slides, then you will get not only a 20-minute free session, but you will actually get 2 free sessions if you sign up before the 17th. So you have 3 days. davidtrigger.com/free coaching. If you do that before the 17th, you get 2 free 20-minute sessions with me. If you wait until after, you only get 1. In 40 minutes, if you do it before the 17th, that's a lot of input and guidance. We can set up a conversation. It's all online. If you want personal coaching, that's a premium cost. That'll cost you a lot more because that's really for people that are ready to dive deep. But for most people, they just need that online interaction. It could be even through text. We can just email back and forth. 2 sessions for free, completely free, 40 minutes total if you sign up before the 17th. Just go to the website below. And then after that, if you want to then stay with the coach because you're like, man, that really helped me, but I need more. Like that wasn't enough. I mean, that barely touched the surface, right? You might be thinking, come on, Trig, like that's not going to help me at all. Or you might say, well, I'm watching a ton of videos. I'm good. I have podcasts. I have my friends, family, my mom, my dad, my pastor. All I'm saying is sometimes you need that special someone who is objective, who's outside of your circumstance. Not a therapist, not a pastor, not a coach. I am a pastor, of course, but someone who is outside of your situation and yet has a spiritual direction or a spiritual perspective on life. I'm not going to give you crazy advice. I'm not going to tell you that it's okay for you to sleep around or for you to do drugs or for you to just lose control or kill yourself. Of course, I'm going to guide you away from those things and towards health. I had a young man I coached mostly through text about 2 years ago. He dealt with a lot of issues, mostly drugs and alcohol. By the grace of God, by the end of our time together, about 3 months, he got a job and was ready to move out of his parents' house. His mom called me often saying, thank you. I wish he could stay with you, but I think he's ready to just now try it on his own. That's fine. Cancel anytime, full 100% money back guarantee, pay as you go every month, $99 a month. Try it for a month, 6 months, pay for the whole year. That's a lot of input that you're going to get. It's going to change your life, bring you happiness, success, peace of mind, guidance for your career, for your life goals. Maybe you need just motivation in terms of your fitness goals. My real sweet spot, obviously, is helping you in terms of finances and online, maybe careers, to help you get motivated to start your own business, do what I've done, coaching, helping people. And then second, I would say I also want to help you anything dealing with media, coaching you in that. And then third, I would say it's just your spiritual life, to really be present for you, to get your act together with your marriage, with your family, with your friends, in your job, in school. If you're a younger person now, you might say, oh, Trick, I can't afford that. I spend about $3,000, maybe five every year, just with coaches and with mentors. They're not free. I don't really like free, because when I pay someone, guess what? I'm going to show up to that meeting. I'm going to make that phone call. I don't want to cancel, because that's going to cost me. All coaches, they charge you even if you don't show up. And I do the same thing. If you don't show up to our phone call, it's still $99 a month. So when I pay, I'm committed. So, but this is not $3,000, only $99 a month. It's super affordable, 25 bucks a week. I mean, that is like really amazing for direct input from an objective person outside of your situation. I may or may not know you. It's better either. It doesn't really matter. I may be your friend, I may not. But the awesome thing is that it's someone that you can just see, hey, let me kick the tires around, see if I like this guy, if I like his input, I like his videos. So let me just call davidtrey.com/free coaching. You can go to that website today before March 17th. You get 2 free 20-minute sessions. And then after that, you can sign up for the monthly program. You can cancel anytime, money back guarantee, $99 a month for this year, 2019. Make sure you go to the website down below. If you're not ready for that, don't wait. You want to have that success, that peace of mind. You want to know now that it's March, almost, spring basically is here. This is the Easter season. My guess is you're thinking about summer and fall and even next year already, right? Maybe you're not one of those. You're like, I don't even know what I'm wearing today. Well, I can help you think about just practically what to do today. What should be your next step? Finances, career, relationships, mental health. Those are the things that I love talking to you about. I'm certified in mental health. I am someone who has succeeded in my own life and marriage. I am blessed by God to have what I have. I coach people all the time, mostly a lot of people for free because they're personal friends of mine, and you can just talk to them if you know them. Their lives are different, better. They tell me, thank you for helping me. And so for people that are on the internet, online, I charge so that I can continue to coach you. And again, for the commitment, very, very inexpensive price, very affordable. Money back guarantee, pay as you go, monthly, $99. But if you do it before the 17th, go to the website. You get 2 free 20-minute sessions before St. Patrick's Day. What are you going to do for St. Patrick's? I think it's Sunday, right? Yeah. So, well, I don't drink green beer. I'll have a beer here and there, but I'm not a big hey, let's go and do all crazy stuff. I actually think, of course, St. Patrick himself and the story of St. Patrick that I forget right now, but I think he was a very generous man. And so maybe this Sunday you can go and serve at the local YMCA or at the local rescue mission and bring socks to the homeless or donate $100 to your favorite charity. Maybe you want to go to church for the first time in years this Sunday as a way to be generous with yourself, to say, I need St. Patrick in my life. I need Jesus. I need God. I need a saint. I need to be more holy, more saint. I need less sin and more saint in me. All of us need that, right? I know I do. So subscribe, like, comment. Make sure you come over to YouTube. If you're on Periscope, Twitch, Facebook, thank you for watching. Make sure you come over to to YouTube, where all the goodies are. That's where I am staying and spending most of my time as far as online stuff. And I hope to see you soon. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, hit that bell notification, and I will see you next time. Thank you for watching.